Hello, and welcome to this live training. We're discussing today who is your book for? We're going to talk about who you're writing this book for. Who is this book going to impact? And what is your call to action? I'm Mary Knipple, your host, the book mentor, helping entrepreneurs get their ideas out of their head and onto the page. During this free monthly call, today we're discussing who is your book meant for. I have designed these trainings to address the challenges that new authors have and to help them get started to realize that dream of writing their book. If you have specific questions that you would like me to talk about in these free trainings, reach out to me and I will do my best to answer your questions and help you overcome that challenge to get your book written. Now let's get started on what we're going to talk about today of who is this book for. First of all, consider the impact that your book has had even before it's published. And you may be going, what? How can my book have an impact? It hasn't even been published. Well, I can name one person that it has impacted intimately. You're thinking? Yeah, you. You are the one that it has impacted up until now because there's something that happened to you that changed you and compels you to write this. There's some dramatic discovery that you made that you want to share with the world, or you want to change people's thinking about a specific topic. And writing a book is the way you're going to be able to reach more people. So your book has already impacted someone. And now you're going to be on a trajectory to get the content together and to address who needs to hear this. You've overcome an obstacle. You've made a great discovery. You've invented a new way of thinking. And your book is the vehicle that is going to change people's lives. Forgive me, I have to refer to my notes sometimes. You want to help make people's lives better. You want to teach them something. And we want to share the message that has changed your life, and you know it can change theirs. But to draw them into the book with all of their possibilities, it's important that you talk to them so that they see the possibility and they feel like you've read their mind, because it's not only the possibility that you're showing them, you're giving them a way to change the dilemma that they've had in their lives. You're giving them a solution for a problem that they're seeking help with. You are their reason to have a different point of view. So consider how you're impacting your audience. The next thing that we are going to look at in who your book is for is why you decided to write this book in the first place. Know that you have overcome this obstacle and you lived through something harrowing. You had an experience that changed you so completely that you have to share it. It's something that you're bursting at the seams for other people to know. That you can't hold back. You have to write a book because you can't talk to enough people one-on-one. This is a way that you're going to be in people's lives without physically being in people's lives. You're available 24/7 because you have put the content into their hands. When they're ready, you'll be ready to greet them on the page. And think about it. Like 200 million people have an idea for something to write a book about, or they've had life experiences where people have said, "Hey, you should write a book." And they might go, "Yeah, someday. I'll get around to it," or "No, it probably is a good idea." But do they take any action on it? Maybe 0.01% actually does something about it. So, congratulations. You are one of the 20,000 who is doing something about writing that book. Now, that's part of your why. That's got to be something that you have in your DNA that others don't have. You have that extra boost that takes you from, yeah, you got a great idea, to getting the words onto the page and moving it to a completed project, that book that is in people's hands. That's a gift that you're giving to the world. You took something that was an obstacle for you, or a new way of thinking that you're compelled to share with the world, or a discovery that you made, an invention, and you want to break it down so that people understand why this will enhance their life if they just give it a chance. Oh, and the bottom line of the why that you are even writing this book is what's laid on your heart, and that nth degree of actually doing it. That's something only you know. I can't answer that for you. I can answer it for me. That when I had my first breast cancer experience, I wanted nothing more than to get back into my normal life, to act like, oh yeah, that was just a blip on the radar and haha, I'm fine. Well, 3 years later, when I got the same diagnosis, that was my real wake-up call, that I had to do what I was born to do. Number one, write and share my writing. And number two, be a catalyst for others who don't think they have a story, to help them see that they do have a story, and to help them unleash the story of the writer within, to gain confidence in the message that they are designed to leave with the rest of the world. And that's how I came to write my book, The Secret Artist, and that's how I came to be the book mentor, is that I help you discover the story that you're not telling, and the one that you were born to tell. And that's my why. That I am compelled to encourage everyone that they claim their ownership of their story and they share it, that they claim that they're a writer. That's my why. And so the third thing that I want us to look at for knowing who your book is meant for is what your call to action is. What do you want them to do after they have finished reading your book? How do you want them to feel? How do you want them to, to live their life after they have absorbed the information that you've shared? There's that Maya Angelou quote that people may not remember what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. And my wish for The Secret Artist is people feel hopeful that stuff happens to them, but they can make different choices and they can rewrite their story. What do you want people to do when they finish reading your book? How will you impact them? And how will you continue to impact them after they have read your book? I know we've talked about a couple of different things for you to identify who your book is for, and that has to be something that you address before you you have finished your book. It has to be something that goes hand in hand with knowing what the theme of your book is. It has to go hand in hand with what your whole core message is, so that everything that you weave into your book will be speaking to your audience, the ones who can't wait to read your book and can't put it down because they feel, they hear you, and they know that you're reading their mind and you're talking just to them. Your audience needs to know that you are as invested in their life changing experience as you are with your own. And I get emotional about it because that's the way I feel about your writing. You're writing from the heart. You're writing to change people's lives, so you know them intimately, because you're talking to yourself, essentially, to start with. That's what compels a lot of people, that first they start writing to change their life, and then they see that it can make a difference to others. I firmly believe that, because your writing has already changed someone's life. It changed yours. And this book will have it change multiple lives when you get it finished and start to share it and make your words be available 24/7 to the people who need to be reading your work. And I want to sincerely thank those of you who came to the live training to talk about who is your book for. And if you're listening to the replay and you would like to connect with me, just put replay and into the chat and I will reach out to you. For those of you who are here, you can also put I would like to reach out to you, and put book in the chat, and I will reach out to you, and you can and we'll schedule a time to talk. If you want to go to my website, you can go right to my calendar, yourwritingmentor.com/author strategy call. And we'll talk about who your book is for and what impact you are going to have on the world. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm Mary Knipple, the book mentor, wishing you happy writing.